Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're going to be diving deep into the world of Saregama India Ltd.
Oh, yeah.
You're interested in their Q2 FY25 performance,
Right.
and we've got all the info you need.
Okay.
We've got Saregama's official press release, their investor presentation,
Got it.
and even their super detailed financial statements.
Nice.
Saregama, now they're a legacy brand.
Yeah.
They've got the biggest music archive in all of India.
Wow.
And their goal is to become like India's top entertainment company?
Ambitious.
For sure. So we're talking about a company that's been around forever, like deeply rooted in India's entertainment history.
Yeah.
But they are definitely not standing still.
Not at all. No.
Oh.
They're not just resting on their laurels.
Exactly. So let's kick things off with the big picture.
Okay.
Saregama's Q2 FY25 revenue from operations,
Okay.
it grew by a whopping 40% year over year,
Wow.
reaching Rs. 2,418 million.
That's huge.
I know. This means your investment in Saregama is potentially looking pretty good. So let's see what's driving this growth.
All right. Well, this growth is especially impressive because it comes at a time when Saregama is actually upping their investment in content.
Really?
Yeah. So their content charge.
Content charge.
Yeah. Basically, it means the money they're spending on creating and buying new music and video content.
Oh, okay.
That almost doubled compared to the same quarter last year.
So they're spending more,
Yeah,
but they're also earning more.
exactly.
That's got to be a good sign.
It is a fantastic sign. Absolutely. Their adjusted EBITDA is also up 17% year over year.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Adjusted EBITDA, what is that?
So think of adjusted EBITDA as a way to see how much money Saregama is making from its main business operations.
Okay.
You're taking out some of the accounting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This tells us that they're making smart investments.
Yeah.
And they're managing their money really well.
Okay, so they're making money
Yeah.
and growing their business. But where is this growth coming from? Let's break it down. Starting with their bread and butter
Right.
music.
Yeah, their licensing and artist management segment is a true powerhouse.
Yeah.
They own the rights to a massive catalog of Indian music, and they're constantly adding to it.
So this quarter.
This quarter, they've released over 400 original songs
Wow.
and what they call premium recreations.
Premium recreations.
Which are basically like reimagined versions of classic hits.
Yes, strategic remix.
Exactly.
And it sounds like they're not limiting themselves to just Bollywood hits.
Right.
They're tapping into all those different Indian languages: Hindi, Bhojpuri, Gujarati, Punjabi, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, Marathi, and Bengali.
That's a lot of languages.
It's like they're trying to have a song for everyone in India.
Exactly. They're recognizing the incredible diversity of the Indian market and catering to a wide range of linguistic preferences.
And they're doing this while, like, significantly growing their YouTube presence faster than their competitors.
That's right. Way faster.
Hold on, you said they're outpacing their competition on YouTube. Yeah.
What's their secret?
Well, they're releasing a ton of new music,
Hmm.
both originals and these reworked classics.
Yeah.
And they're promoting it everywhere across social media.
Okay.
But what's really interesting is their use of influencers.
Oh, yeah.
In the first half of FY25 alone, they added over 60 new influencers and artists to their roster,
Wow.
bringing their total to over 180.
So they're building an army of fans to spread the word about their music.
It's a great strategy, right?
It's pretty clever.
It's a great example of how a legacy brand can leverage new technologies and marketing techniques to stay relevant.
Mm-hmm.
They understand the power of social media and influencer marketing, and they're using it effectively to reach a wider audience.
Yeah, and let's not forget about those chart-topping hits they released this quarter.
Oh, right.
From movies like Stree 2,
Yep.
Prabhas and Amitabh Bachchan star Kalki 2898 AD,
Huge.
Game Changer in Telugu,
Uh-huh.
and songs from Kanguva in Tamil
Yep.
and Max in Canada.
You're really killing it. They're clearly in tune with what's hot in the film industry.
For sure.
But Saregama isn't just about music anymore, is it?
Not at all. This is where things get really interesting.
I love when things get interesting. Tell me more.
Okay, so Saregama is diversifying its offerings,
Okay.
moving beyond music into other areas of entertainment.
Like what?
They're producing films,
Okay.
TV shows,
Mm-hmm.
web series,
Wow.
and even live events.
So they're like a one-stop shop for all your entertainment needs.
Exactly.
Wow, talk about ambitious. Let's talk about their video segment for a sec.
Okay.
Their revenue grew by an astounding 377% year over year.
It's massive.
I'm guessing this has something to do with their acquisition of Pocket Aces Pictures last year.
You guessed it.
Mm.
That acquisition has been a game changer.
Yeah.
It's given Saregama a major foothold in the content creation world.
And they're not just sticking to Hindi language content, are they?
Nope.
They have successful TV serials running in
Telugu and Tamil, and they're releasing films in Malayalam and Telugu as well.
So they're replicating their multi-language strategy in the video segment, too.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Super smart.
They're really targeting a pan-Indian audience.
Exactly. And they're being very strategic about it.
How so?
Well, their upcoming projects include digital-first shows on YouTube,
Okay.
featuring major South Indian film stars.
Nice.
They also partnered with Australia Tourism.
Really?
Yeah, for a branded web series that has already racked up over 11 million views.
Wow.
They understand how to reach specific audiences where they are.
So they're producing films.
Yep.
They're killing it on TV. They're dominating YouTube. What else is on their entertainment menu?
Well, their live events business is heating up.
Okay.
They recently launched Dilluminati.
Dilluminati.
Yeah, Diljit Dosanjh's India tour.
Oh, wow.
And it's already breaking records.
What kind of records?
It's the fastest-selling and highest-grossing concert event in Indian history.
Wow. Talk about a major win. They're not afraid to experiment with different types of live experiences either.
Right.
A musical conversational show with Zeenat Aman.
Yeah.
That's pretty unique.
It is. They're playing with formats,
Yeah.
appealing to different demographics,
Yeah.
and creating buzz around their brand. They're even taking their live events international,
Oh, wow.
with shows for comedian Viraj Galani planned for Australia and the U.S.
Really?
It seems like they're covering all their bases.
Yeah.
They're growing their revenue, managing costs effectively,
Yeah.
and making smart investments.
That's a pretty solid recipe for success,
It is.
wouldn't you say?
Definitely.
But with all this success, you might be wondering about the challenges they face.
Right.
Let's examine those in the context of their overall strategy.
All right, let's do it.
It's fascinating to see how Saregama is navigating the ever-changing media landscape.
Yeah.
They're not just reacting, they're
Yeah.
shaping the future of entertainment in India.
They are. Yeah. It really is a battleground out there,
I know.
with everyone from those established studios to the streaming giants all fighting for attention.
Yeah, the streaming wars are no joke.
Bro.
Saregama needs to keep churning out high-quality content,
Absolutely.
like must-watch stuff,
Yes.
to stay in the game.
Exactly. And that content needs to resonate
Yeah,
across different platforms
for sure.
and demographics.
Yeah, they're doing pretty well so far.
They are.
But it's a constant hustle to stay ahead of the trends.
It is.
And speaking of trends,
Yeah.
consumer preferences,
Oh, yeah.
they can change so fast.
In an instant.
Like what's hot today might be old news tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Saregama needs to be adaptable
Right.
and keep innovating
Sure.
to stay relevant.
They can't just rely on their existing music catalog.
True.
They need to keep acquiring new rights,
Yeah.
develop new artists, and experiment with different genres and formats to keep that music pipeline flowing.
It's like they need to have their finger on the pulse of what people want to hear.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And we can't forget about the technology.
Oh, yeah.
It changes all the time.
Constant.
New platforms are popping up all the time.
Left and right.
And Saregama needs to be ready to adapt.
You're right. Think about the rise of those short-form video apps.
Oh, yeah.
Like TikTok and Instagram Reels. Saregama needs to figure out how to use these platforms to reach younger audiences and promote their music.
It's a whole new world of content distribution and marketing.
It really is.
They need to be everywhere.
Okay, so we've talked about competition, changing consumer preferences, and evolving technologies. What about the regulatory environment?
Oh, yeah.
Is that a potential concern for Saregama?
It's definitely something to keep an eye on.
Okay.
The Indian government has been cracking down on piracy
Okay.
and copyright infringement, which is good news for content creators like Saregama.
For sure.
There's always the risk of new regulations that could impact your business.
Yeah, like restrictions on content.
Right.
Or changes to licensing fees.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They need to stay informed and be prepared to adapt to any shifts in the regulatory landscape.
And let's not forget about the global economic outlook.
Oh, yeah, the economy.
Inflation, rising interest rates, and all that geopolitical uncertainty.
All of it.
That could all have an impact on consumer spending and investment.
Absolutely.
So even though Saregama is in a strong financial position now, they need to be mindful of potential economic headwinds.
Right. They can't just assume that the good times will last forever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They need to manage their cash flow carefully,
Yep.
make smart investments, and be prepared to weather any storms that may come their way.
It sounds like there are a lot of challenges on the horizon.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling Saregama is up to the task.
Me too.
They've shown incredible resilience and adaptability over the years.
They have.
They're a company with a rich history and a bright future.
Absolutely.
They're embracing the digital revolution, expanding into new markets, and building a truly global entertainment brand.
It's been so fascinating to take this deep dive into Saregama's world.
It has.
But before we wrap up,
Okay.
I'd love to get your final takeaway for our listener.
Okay.
What's the one thing they can carry with them from this deep dive?
I think Saregama's story is a great reminder that even in a world that's changing so fast, the basics of good business, they never go out of style.
Like what?
A clear vision, a strong team, a commitment to innovation, and a laser focus on the customer. Those are the ingredients for success in any industry.
Beautifully said. And for our listeners who want to learn more about Saregama, I highly recommend checking out their website and exploring their diverse catalog of music films and TV shows.
You might just discover your next favorite song, movie,
or web series.
Exactly.
And on that note, we'll wrap up our deep dive into Saregama India Ltd.
Great deep dive.
Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you next time on the deep dive.
See you our day. It's really interesting to think about how Saregama is balancing like their legacy as a music company with their ambitions to become this like full-fledged entertainment powerhouse.
It's like they're trying to be the Disney of India.
Right. And they've got this incredible foundation to build on with their music library.
For sure. And they're not afraid to experiment.
Definitely not.
Like that Zeenat Aman show.
Oh, yeah. That was a bold move.
A musical conversational show.
Yeah, who would have thought of that?
I know. But it worked.
It did.
It created buzz.
Yep.
It attracted a new audience.
Exactly. It shows that they're willing to take risks.
And they're not just throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks.
No.
They're being strategic.
They are.
They're thinking about their audience. They're thinking about the market.
Absolutely. And they're not afraid to make tough decisions.
Like what?
Like scaling back their physical music retail business.
Right.
That was a big move.
It was.
But it was necessary.
Yeah, it shows that they're willing to adapt.
And evolve.
Stay ahead of the curve.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes them so exciting to watch.
I agree. They're a company that's not afraid to embrace change.
And they're doing it with a clear vision and a strong sense of purpose.
Now, let's not forget their financial performance.
Right. They're killing it.
They're growing their revenue, managing their costs, and generating strong returns for their investors.
They're a textbook example of how to run a successful business in the 21st century.
So what's your prediction for Saregama's future?
I think they're well on their way to becoming a global entertainment giant.
Really?
I do. They've got all the right ingredients.
Like what?
They've got the content. They've got the distribution. They've got the audience. And most importantly, they've got the vision.
I think you're right.
I think we're going to be seeing a lot more from Saregama in the years to come.
Well, that's it for our deep dive into Saregama India Ltd.
It's been a good one.
Thanks for joining us.
It was fun.
And we'll catch you next time on the deep dive.
See you later.